All right, so we go back now to the Western Cape in the city of Cape Town, where law enforcement has been told to intervene if a private security company again orders beachgoers to leave the popular Clifton Fourth Beach. Well, our reporter Vanessa Poonah is there right now. Let's cross to her now and get a catch-up of what the situation is at the moment. Vanessa, thanks very much for joining us. What is the situation like today? It's quite disturbing to hear of people being told to leave public beaches by private security companies.
Peter, yes, good afternoon to you indeed. And there's been quite a bit of an outcry on social media about this issue as well, Peter. We spoke to some residents who were asked to leave the beach last Sunday, allegedly by the security company officials telling them that the beach would close at 8 p.m. Now, we have spoken to the city of Cape Town about this matter. Mayoral Committee Member for Safety and Security, JP Smith, again today telling us that the private security company has no mandate and that they have not acted under instruction by the city authorities to close the beach, saying that they have absolutely no powers to do so. Now, today I see quite a number of law enforcement officials here at Clifton Fourth Beach, Peter. The city did say that they will make sure that law enforcement officials monitor the situation so that they can intervene in the event that the public are disturbed from access from this beach. Now, Clifton Fourth, of course, one of the premier beaches in Cape Town, and you'll see behind me, Peter, if I can just step out of shot for a moment. Unlike most other Boxing Days, as we also still call it here in Cape Town, generally beaches are packed to capacity. Not so this year at Clifton Fourth or at Muizenberg or at Monobisi Beach, where we were a short while ago, Peter. And I think a lot of it had to do with weather conditions this morning. We woke up in Cape Town this morning to some drizzle as well as cloud cover, and I think that may have delayed some holiday goers, some beach comers, coming to the beach as early as 6 o'clock, which is what we've seen in years gone by. So, yes, the beaches, it's definitely warming up a bit now. Not much wind to speak of here at Clifton. But, of course, yes, you rightfully said just now that this is the beach where some controversy has erupted over that private security. And at the moment, I can tell you that I have not seen many of those private security officials on the beach itself. I did see a security vehicle in the parking area as we made our way down to the beach. But I've definitely seen increased numbers of law enforcement officials here at Clifton Fourth Beach in the wake of this controversy over what people are now calling alleged privatization of beaches, which is, of course, that incident which happened allegedly last Sunday when beachgoers here at Clifton Fourth were asked to leave, and of course under the premise by allegedly the security company saying that the beach would close at 8 o'clock. The city has insisted that this company has not acted under their mandate, saying that they understand that ratepayers of the Clifton and Camps Bay area had enlisted the services of the security company, Peter, because as they understand it, in the run-up to the festive season, there had been reports, incidences taking place in this area. And of course, I would assume that the private residents, if that indeed is the case, would have made sure that their private premises, Peter, would be protected. But of course, the mandate not stretching to public spaces such as cities' beaches.
Vanessa, is this something that we've seen in other parts of the city, other beaches, or even at Clifton? Is this something that we've seen before where private security are deployed by residents, or is this the first time?
Peter, strangely that you asked me that question. I posed the question to Mayoral Committee Member for Safety and Security in the city of Cape Town, JP Smith, early on in an interview. And what he said was that this is not the first time that there have been reports of residents or residents associations employing the services of private security officials for safety. And he of course, saying that the mandate does not stretch beach to cover the enforcement of city bylaws. But he mentions that across the country, for example, and this of course is according to JP Smith, that there have been incidences where private security companies are being asked to come on board. And what he says is that there seems to be a gap between with the South African Police Service to not just monitor but also to ensure that these private security companies do not act beyond their mandate, definitely not asking public to leave public spaces. So it is an issue which the city is now aware of. They told me early on that they have written to the security company in question, telling them that they are not allowed to act outside of their scope. And of course, I mentioned earlier on, there are quite a number of law enforcement officials on the beach today. And that is what JP Smith said. They will be keeping a close watch so that if they see private security officials interfering with members of the public, that they should intervene and then escalate the matter.
All right. Is the private security company visible today, and have they commented yet about their part in all of this?
Peter, I saw a vehicle, a private security vehicle in the parking area as I came in, and a short while ago I saw one or two of the officers just walking or patrolling the area, but I haven't really seen much interaction with members of the public today yet. I've tried to contact the company via a phone number on the website, as well as a colleague of mine in the office have also tried to call them. Apparently, representatives of the company say that they will only be commenting on this matter tomorrow. So we will be sure to be following up, Peter, to hear from the security company themselves who mandated them to be acting in this manner. Also, we've heard allegations from some of the vendors who usually sell cold drinks and water and so on the beach here, saying that they have also been the security officials have been demanding to see their permits, of course, which is it's really not within their scope of practice. Of course, the permits issued by the City of Cape Town and not by the private security officials themselves. So it is definitely a matter which we will be keeping tabs on, and we would welcome speaking to the private security company for clarity on exactly what happened, not just last Sunday, allegedly when the beach was cleared, but also, according to some of the vendors, ongoing what they call harassment of the vendors here at Clifton Fourth Beach.
All right, Vanessa, thanks very much indeed. We'll leave it there for the time being.